YouTube. Regenerate Rider here. So, sorry I haven't posted a new video recently. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to post a video last week, so the week before I actually recorded a video for that week and for this last week, but something happened with my camera. The camera angle was really far off, so it kind of ruined the video. So I just didn't put it on there or up on YouTube. So this first video, by the way, I am on a little mini vacation for myself. I came down to southern Indiana, and I'm going to be riding through the Hoosier National Forest this weekend. So I want to do some scenic shots of that. But anyway, so what I was going to talk about in this quick video is actually what I was talking about in the video where the camera was just, facing out in that direction. And that is, I know it's probably an old topic by now, but the new Harley-Davidson Softail line. I got a chance to demo some of the bikes. I got to demo the Heritage Softail Classic and I believe the Lowrider. And the Lowrider, the previous generation, which was a Dyna, it was very similar to my Super Glide that I had way back when. So it was interesting to see how that evolved. And my brother-in-law has a Fat Boy, so having ridden his, it was interesting to see how the Heritage Softail rode. Overall, I was very pleased. I know that there are some people who were upset that they got rid of the Dyna frame, which is kind of surprising to me because Dynas aren't exactly selling very well the last couple of years, which is why they replaced them. The same with Softails. There are people who are like, oh, Harley threw out the iconic Softail frame for a hybrid frame. Well, in the past 10 years, Softail sales have seriously declined too. So I think it was a good move for Harley. I got to the Heritage Softail that I got to ride was a 114, and it was pretty quick. I mean, it's relative. It's really fast for a Harley, but there are still other bike manufacturers out there, and the first one that comes to mind is Triumph, the Rocket 3, that are still a lot faster. But really, I mean, you're not buying a cruiser for super high speed, so it was nice. It's a lot faster than the previous generation, I'll tell you that. The Lowrider, it was interesting because they're the same frame, but they're really kind of tweaked differently to suit the model of the bike. So the Lowrider did not ride anything like the Heritage did. Me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of the Lowrider because the mid-control head location's a little high, so you're really kind of bunching your knees up. At least that's my personal preference. But I could see a lot of people wanting to get the Lowrider because of that, because it does turn. It does have a really good turning radius. I didn't get a chance to ride the Fat Bob, which I really wanted to, but the bike that they were going to have for the demo was sold the day before. So I understand that, leave a bike out for a demo or sell it, so they sold it. But overall, I thought the new Softails were really nice. I I'm a little disappointed in what they did with the touring bikes because, as I'm sure you can see by my handlebar controls here, I'm a fan of chrome, and the Street Glide Special and the Road Glide Special are blacked out, and that's the only way you can get them is blacked out. So you could buy.
Prepare to turn left in half a mile.
It's my navigation because I'm not from here. But you could get a Street Glide or a regular Road Glide, but with all the extra features that make it a Street Glide Special, it'll cost you like $6,000 or $7,000 when you add it all up to turn aftermarket a regular Street Glide into a Street Glide Special.
Take the next left.
So you're basically at a point where if you don't want blacked out, Harley just basically told you to go take a long walk off a short pier because that's all you're going to get. They kind of
turn left.
They kind of did the same thing with the CVOs. The CVOs are either blacked out or half blacked out. So if you wanted a nice shiny chrome CVO limited, you're screwed because you can't get one. You have to accept the fact that it's going to be at least half blacked out. I'm trying to think if they did the same. They did the complete same thing with the CVO Street Glide and Road Glide. I think
Drive
there's
3.5 miles.
I think there's one variation of the CVO Street Glide and one variation of the CVO Road Glide that are still chromed out, but overall in the touring line, Harley embraced the black, and if you don't like it, well, there's always Indian. So I was pretty disappointed in that because I always consider the blacked out look something that you would customize yourself in the aftermarket if that's something you're interested in. So I think they kind of, in a way to appease the people who like blacked out bikes, they kind of screwed the people who blacked out their bikes because it's not something special anymore. I can go into a Harley Davidson dealership, buy a 2018 Street Glide Special, and it's just as blacked out as the guy who spent $5 or $6 grand to have their 2017 Street Glide Special blacked out. So I'm not a marketing guy. They must have done some marketing research and decided, today's buyer was more interested in blacked out motorcycles than chrome. I don't agree with that though. On my cruisers and my touring bikes, I like chrome. So that was a little disappointing, and it's further compounded my problem as to what bike I'm going to get next because I really am not a huge fan of blacked out bikes. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I do also really like Indians, and the Indians are all shiny and chromy. So that was my basic content to my last video. I'll be shooting a bunch of videos of riding this forested area, but I just wanted to get that quick video out and do a recap of my last video. I'm probably missing something, but I'm not thinking about it right now because it's like 44 degrees outside right now. Pretty cold this morning. It's supposed to get up to the high 60s, maybe low 70s, but it certainly is not that right now. So even though I got my jacket on and my gloves, it's a little chilly. So I'm going to sign off right now and pray for the sun to heat my body. This is Reach Rider signing out. I'll talk to y'all later.